In this video, we want to take a few minutes and address one of the biggest change in the current 2022 tax return. And it's really a shocker. And I think as people file, they're going to realize this child tax credit is a big issue.
It's going to be a really big issue, especially with your families that have smaller children or children that have jumped over that threshold of the age of 17. Those are going to be the really big ones that see the huge issues. We're going to give you a couple examples to show you how it's going to affect you.
And I think that's important to do a couple examples. But Debbie, before we jump into the examples, let's just go over the basic fundamentals, because again, this is going to be a huge shock to a lot of people. So first thing is, we're talking about the child tax credit.
Yes.
And we're going to look at what it was last year on the 2021 return and what it's going to be this year on the 2022. So Debbie, let's take the first one, under the age of 5.
Okay, so last year, if you had children under the age of 5, you got a child tax credit worth $3,600.
Wow.
So for 2022 return, it goes back to $2,000 as it was the year before.
So in other words, 36 to 2,000, that means if I had that one child, I'm going to end up, if I got the credit as a refund, last year if I got the exact credit as a refund, it's $3,600. This year it's $2,000.
Yes.
Then if we go on ahead and look at the next age bracket, which is 5 through 16, that group, based on age, is going to, in the prior year, 2021, got $3,000. This year, they're going to get $2,000.
And that's per kid.
That's per kid, yeah. And this is, actually, we're going back to pre-pandemic.
Yes.
So what was this extra for? It was because of the pandemic. But again, here we went from $3,000 to $2,000 on the children between 5 and 16 for this filing season. And if you want to take then the 117 and over.
Okay, so if you had a kid last year in 2022 that turned 17, this year your credit for them is only going to be $500. Now, if this were 2021 and they turned 17 in 2021, you would have gotten a credit of $3,000 for them. So if your kid was, let's give a little bit of an example here. Your kid was 16 in 2021 and you're jumping over and now they turned 17 in 2022. Your credit is going from $3,000 to $500. So that could be a little bit of a shock to your tax return.
So I guess, Debbie, with this, we've kind of went through the 3 age brackets and what the old credit was and what the new credit is. But before we leave this video, let's just take a couple of examples, and I see you've jotted down here. What we're going to do is we're going to take, we've got 3 children in 2 different families. So you want to set it up?
Okay, so if we got a family of 5, husband, wife, and 3 kids. And our first family, our kids are ages 2, 4, and 10. So in 2021, our refund, or not our refund, but our credit, our child tax credit would have been $10,200 for those 3 kids. In 2022, your child tax credit's going to be $6,000. So in essence, if you got a refund based on that child tax credit, your refund in 2022 is going to be $4,200 less than it was last year. So you should prepare now for that. You have a few months to prepare.
Yeah, and kind of breakdown on that is that first child that was under 5, again, it went from $3,600 to $2,000. So that's $1,600. So help me here.
Right. So this family had 2 kids under the age of 5. So in essence, it's $1,600 per kid that they're technically losing.
So that's $3,200. And then the child that's 10 is going from $3,000 last year
down to 2
to this year. So that's the $1,000. So that's how we came up with $4,200 out reduction. So we went from $10,200 to $6,000,
right,
strictly because of us not having the additional child tax credit from the pandemic. So family number 2, a different
So our
age
next
group.
family is we have a child that's age 4, a child 12, and a child that turned 17 in 2022. So what happened here is in 2021, they would have had a child tax credit worth $9,000. In 2022, their child tax credit is going to be $4,500. So it's literally cut in half because that child that's 4, their credit decreased $1,600. The child that's 12, their credit decreased $1,000. And the child that turns 17, their credit decreased $2,500.
Yeah, from 3,000 to 500. So again, a family of 3, they went from $9,000 to $4,500
in a credit, yeah.
And
we're not talking about right now whether you qualify for the credit or whether that's a refundable credit to you. That's a whole nother issue. We're just trying to give you a basic example of what to prepare for if you do get the child tax credit.
And just one final note, remember, this is a tax credit.
Yes.
So it actually makes up part of your refund. So again, in kind of wrap, this is just to give you an experience of what to expect on this year's tax return. Not good news, but the first thing you look is if your refund is less than it was last year. This is the first place to look to see, did I have the same dependents as last year? What's their age and what category are they in? Plus, in all 3 of the age ranges, we saw a reduction in the credit because we're now post-pandemic. Hope this helps, and we hope to see you on the next video. And please hit the dot below there and sign up to follow us. And Debbie,
Have a great day.
see you later.